Good evening and welcome to Sports Mongolia. Tonight we'll introduce the Aldar Sports Committee. The committee has a history of 74 years and became the foundation of national and modern sports in Mongolia. Olympic, world and continental champions who are writing the history of Mongolian sports have risen from the Aldar Sports Committee. So stay tuned for more. On February 2, 1946, when the shadow of World War II was still lingering, the people saw the importance of physical culture and sports in times of growing crops and hardship. One of the first four sports associations that was established at that time, Soldier, the current Aldar Sports Committee. The Central Committee at that time instructed the Soldiers Association to organize the development of urban and rural youth and soldiers' physical fitness, and it was an eye-catching decision. It still plays a significant role. Since its establishment, the Aldar Sports Committee of the Armed Forces has provided thousands of Mongolian youth and soldiers with physical and worthwhile education and raised the prestige of Mongolia and the Mongolian Armed Forces at the international, continental, world and Olympic arenas. The committee has been a leader, a caller, a reformer and a force. It has successfully fulfilled its historic role as the first leading sports organization in Mongolia. The staff of the Aldar Sports Committee of the Armed Forces has been cooperating with similar organizations in Mongolia and abroad. It has become a full member of the CISM, the 137-nation World Military Sports Federation, along with the World Army and World Athletes.
The Sports Committee of the Ministry of Defense was established on February 2, 1946, with the primary goal to develop the Mongolian National Army and to become the leading sports organization in the history of Mongolia. It is an organization that's been honorably fulfilling this role for 74 years. During this time, the Sports Committee has developed national and international sports and is firmly at the forefront of Mongolian sports. To date, we are training Mongolian and international athletes in 18 different sports categories. All 18 disciplines are equipped with the training facilities. Also, our sports committee is very successful in its foreign relations. We first became a member of the World Military Sports Federation in 1992. Since then, we have successfully participated in the World Military Sports Federation's competitions and conferences. In 2017, we hosted our first East Asian Judo competition in Ulaanbaatar. Our Sports Hall of Fame has so far produced 5 Olympic medalists, many Asian and world champions, and Mongolian record holders. Now our committee's biggest goal is to bring back an Olympic gold medal to Mongolia. Out of 25 national wrestling champions, 13 of them are from the Aldar Sports Committee.
The committee was established on February 2, 1946 by a resolution of the Council of Ministers as the Soldier Association. The Mongolian Olympics have been held every 4 years in Mongolia for a total of 13 times, and the Aldar team has achieved outstanding success in the history of winning the first place 11 times and the second place twice. There is no doubt that the Aldar Sport Committee is the foundation of national and modern sports in Mongolia. Olympic, world and continental champions who are writing the history of Mongolian sports have risen from the Aldar Sports Committee.
I first joined the sports committee in 2014 as an athlete. Now I'm in my 6th year. One of my accomplishments is being an 18-time Mongolian champion since 2013, and I hold 5 Mongolian records. I hold the records in the 5,000 meters, 10,000 meters, half marathon, marathon, and the 3,000 meters. I successfully qualified for the Tokyo Olympics in July 29th at the Gold Coast Marathon with a time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, 18 seconds. At the 2020 Osaka Women's Marathon, I have broken the Mongolian record by finishing in 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 3 seconds and secured Olympic rights for the second time. My goal now is to compete in the Tokyo Olympics and finish in the top 10. I'm also training hard to achieve this goal. I won the national championships for adults and joined the Aldar Sports Committee. The Aldar Sports Committee supports athletes very well, helps them train, and has built a complex that can be used all year round so that we can fully prepare whenever we want in winter and summer. I belong to the 327th Armed Forces, and they support me very much with my training. Although I can't go to class and do military service, I think it's essential to be able to compete successfully and raise the reputation of my organization and sports committee in the world. I'm also delighted to belong to this sports committee.
10-р байранд орно гэсэн тийм том зорилготой бэлтгэл сургалтаа одоо хангаад явж байгаа.
The Aldar Sports Committee has more than 200 athletes and it is involved in 18 sports. Athletes of the Aldar Sports Committee of the Armed Forces who represented Mongolia at the 6th World Military Sports Festival in Myeongdong, South Korea, won 6 gold, 12 silver and 6 bronze medals in 8 sports. It became one of the most significant historical achievements. In 2015, it competed in 8 sports with the largest number of participants in its history, 87 people. The women's long gun event of the tournament broke the record set back in 1995. As of now, 8 athletes have qualified for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. The athletes are training around the clock to increase that number. Mongolia participated in the 1992 World Sports Federation Basketball Championship in Beijing and became a full member of the CISM.
My name is Aldar Gambat. I'm a national team athlete of the Mongolian Para-Taekwondo Federation and Aldar Sports Committee. Among my accomplishments are 4-time world and Asian champion and 2-time world Para-Taekwondo champion. I also qualified for the Olympics. I joined the Aldar Sports Committee in 2019 and they are very supportive. There are only 2 athletes in the Mongolian Para-Taekwondo Federation and both have qualified for the Olympics. My goal is to become Mongolia's first Olympic Taekwondo champion and to achieve something for my country. Para-Taekwondo has been officially registered for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics since 2016, starting from the Rio Olympics.
Athletes from other countries were amazed and congratulated when athletes led by Gundegma became the world champions in combat shooting at the World Shooting Championship in Guangzhou just after the resumption of CISM. When the athletes from the Aldar Sports Committee didn't understand why, athletes from other countries said that they managed to beat the Chinese team, which had won for 16 years in a row, and became the world champion and congratulated them.
Attention. 1号靶位51.1环
Line 151.1.
I first joined the Aldar Sports Committee in 1998 as an ordinary athlete, In 2000, I was awarded a military rank in recognition of my achievements. Sports success has also increased. My most significant achievements were winning a bronze medal at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, a bronze medal at the 2006 World Championships, and the gold and silver medals at the 2012 Army Championships. In general, my success is inextricably linked with the Aldar Sport Committee. I have been a part of Aldar for more than 20 years. I'm currently preparing for my 7th Olympic Games. This year, many competitions have been cancelled due to COVID-19, but we are training according to our schedule. In many parts of the world, organizations such as the armed forces or the police have affiliated sports committees. Of course, it is difficult to imagine human life without sports, especially for the military. The Aldar Sports Committee is the longest-running organization in the history of Mongolia. Among military sports committees, there is the largest association, CISM. The level of the participants is also very high. In terms of shooting, most of them are athletes from the military sports committees, even athletes who compete in the Olympics and the World Cup. Interestingly, there are a lot of American shooters who have gone on military and peacekeeping missions through the United Nations and UNESCO. It's the same for Mongolia. There is always a sports committee next to any law enforcement agency. There are so many beautiful stories of my life, and they are all associated with the Aldar Sports Committee. I'm very proud to be one of the athletes. I'm earning a title as military personnel. In terms of ranks, there is a military corps, and in connection with this, they are rewarded for their achievements and receive titles. At first, I received the rank of senior captain in 2000. And since then, I have been promoted to lieutenant colonel.
I joined the Aldar Sports Committee in late 2014. From a young age, I wanted to join the Aldar Sports Committee because my father and brothers used to say that it was a significant and well-organized organization. And I was pleased to have the opportunity to join the Aldar Sport Committee. Since joining them, I have won 2 Asian silver medals and a bronze medal at the World Championships. The successes have continued to improve since then. The future goal, of course, is the Olympics. We will strive to bring the reputation of our country and sports committee to the world. The Aldar Sports Committee is inextricably linked with my success. In 2016, I decided to quit the sport. I decided to stop because I wasn't succeeding. At that time, an order was issued by the sports committee to participate in the 2016 Army World Championships. I had stopped wrestling at the time, but because of the order, I thought that I could go and try to compete again that year. Psychologically, I had gained the courage to compete once again. With that spirit, I won a bronze medal at the World Championships later that year. Before the 2016 World Cup, Mongolia had won only 1 gold medal at the Army World Championships. That year, we won 4 gold medals as a team, almost 20 years later. There were top athletes from around the world. The best athletes in judo from many countries often belong to the army. In 1995, Usukbayir, a Mongolian merited athlete and Mongolian national wrestling champion, won a silver medal in freestyle wrestling. In 1999, Major Nyamthauk won a gold medal in judo, and in 2012 a gold medal in team shooting. In 2014, Chinzoruk won a gold medal in boxing, Tuksocht a bronze medal in boxing. Mantkhnarang and Tsirintimit won a gold medal in boxing respectively. The men's team won a gold medal and the women's team took second place, winning 4 gold, 4 silver and 1 bronze medal. All in all, sports would not be where it is without the Aldar Sports Committee. The first Mongolian sumo champion was Aldar in Aldar, who won the Japanese title back in 2003. Better known by his sumo name Asashura Akinori, he's inspired the steady flow of young Mongolians hoping to follow in his footsteps. Aldar Dalgarsurung, also known as Asashura Akinori, was born on 27th of September 1980 in Ulaanbaatar. He was the 68th yokozuna in the history of the sport in Japan and became the first Mongolian to reach sumo's highest rank in January 2003. He was one of the most successful yokozunas ever. Asashura comes from an ethnic Mongolian family with a strong background in Mongolian wrestling, with his father and two of his elder brothers all have achieved high ranks in the sport. He also trained in judo in Mongolia. When he first went to Japan, it was as an exchange student, and he began to train with the sumo club at the school, going on to turn professional in 1999. It took Asashura only 23 tournaments from his professional debut to win his first top division title and the fastest ever. He would become the only sumo wrestler in history to win all 6 of the main tournaments in a single year. In January 2003, he won his second straight championship. Shortly after the tournament, Asashura was granted the title of yokozuna, the highest rank in sumo.
奇跡の復活優勝なるか。左が入った。左四つ。右の上手、肩越しだ。頭をつけた。朝青龍。右の前回しも取った。朝青龍がいい形を作りました。引きつけた、引きつけた。朝青龍やった。朝青龍やった。朝青龍、奇跡の復活優勝。
4 years after his professional debut, Akinori was promoted to the rank of yokozuna. He was the only active yokozuna from 2003 to 2007. He has 25 career championships in top division, and he is ranked in 4th place on all-time list, behind only Hakuho, Taiho and Chiyonofuji. Though 4th on the list of total tournament wins, he is widely seen as the greatest sumo wrestler of all time. There was no denying the arena buzzed with energy and excitement every time the Ulaanbaatar native set foot in the dohyo or sumo ring. He has inspired many young Mongolians hoping to follow in his footsteps.
張り出しの朝青龍、上手は慣れています。朝青龍が強引な技に来ればチャンスですが、外掛け、外掛け。半身をかばっているのか。確かにこの様子はですね、腰を痛めた時のですね、実に痛い黒星になった朝青龍。
Sports in Mongolia would not be where it is without the Aldar Sports Committee. We wish them good luck and success. Unfortunately, this is the end of our program. Thank you for watching Sports Mongolia. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Goodbye everyone.